Osiris, Isis, and Horus. What is up, alienARMy? I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. And on this channel, we discuss everything out of this world. So today we're going to be talking about Osiris, Isis, and Horus, and who are these wonderful fellows. So Osiris, Isis, and Horus are ancient Egyptian gods and goddess, and Osiris is the masculine principle, Isis is the feminine principle, and then we have Horus, who is their offspring, who is also of a masculine principle. So, of course, because it's my video and that's what I like to do here, we're going to be talking about a metaphor for these three. So a lot of channeling that I've been doing lately, and this is, I'm sure it's just common knowledge, but I see a lot of similarities with the book, the Bible, to a lot of things that go on in ancient Egyptian belief systems. Because in the Bible we have the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, we have that Trinity, and we have the Trinity of the ancient Egyptian belief system where it is Osiris and Isis and Horus. And in both of these, the Bible and ancient Egypt, it's the two combining to make a third, the two combining to make a third. So with the Trinity of ancient Egypt, now I did channel Isis for just a little bit. She didn't come in like too strong, but you know, maybe at some point she will. But basically, I was receiving this information in regards to Isis, because Isis and Osiris, they were husband and wife. They are also brother and sister. So with these two here, we already have two elements of a masculine principle and a feminine principle being unified. And they are also cut from the same cloth, because not only are they married, unified, but they are also from the same cloth of being brother and sister. So it's the same thing. So if we want to think of principles of mind, we have one mind, we have a masculine principle, conscious mind, we have a feminine principle, subconscious mind. So Isis would be the subconscious mind, feminine energy. Osiris would be conscious mind, masculine energy. So when these two are unified, they are the same thing, brother and sister mind, but they are also married. They're in unity. They're working together, and now they have created a product because they are co-creating together so wonderfully, and that is Horus. And Horus, their son, is the all-seeing eye, the eye of consciousness. So I'm not going to get too much into like the ancient Egyptian history of them. I am just going to briefly break down the general idea. So Osiris was known as god of the dead as well as god of the resurrection. So we have death and rebirth with Osiris. Isis is known as the goddess of life and magic, and she is also known to be a great healer of the sick. So the story of Osiris and Isis, this is just the part that I'm going to be talking about. I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that, but this is what I channeled, so I just want to stick with what was conveyed to me. So we have Osiris and Isis, and what happened is that Osiris was killed, hence the death connotation to his name, and Isis was so distraught because she was so in love with Osiris that she began to enchant energy in order to beguile Osiris to be coming back to life. So that's why Isis is associated with magic and enchantment, because she basically put in so much energetic effort and passion in order to revive Osiris, because she wanted him back, right? She was in love. So she conducted pretty much a magical ceremony or ceremonies, and she worked her magic, right? She worked her magic with energy, and she rose Osiris back up from the dead.
Where have we heard that before?
Could it be the Bible? that, but that's another topic. So Osiris died. Isis enchanted him to be reborn again, and because Osiris was reborn, resurrected perfectly, he and Isis created their son Horus, the all-seeing eye. So I am seeing this conscious mind, subconscious mind. We have the dropping of the previous self. We have the death of the old. With the death of Osiris, we're just dropping the mind completely. We're letting it go. And we have the death of the old mind. We have the rebirth of the new conscious mind, because the old mind, the old conscious mind, was just running on autopilot. It didn't really have any rhyme or reason. It was giving orders to the subconscious mind, but these were orders that were not coming from in and of itself. It was coming from an impure state, at least metaphorically, the way I'm seeing it. So the death of that ego mind, it's done. Subconscious mind comes through, works some magic to resurrect that which was before, but only into a new heightened state, which is the conscious mind fully activated, resurrected. They are not who they were before. They are the 2.0 version of them. And the reason that this happened is because Isis, being the feminine principle, the subconscious, being associated with magic, believed in magic. So they dropped the 3D with the death of Osiris, metaphorically. Now we have the magic and enchantment of the 4D, which is Isis working the magic on the old mind, trying to resurrect it, trying to revive it into something new and magical. It works, and now Osiris has resurrected. He is born again into this new pure conscious mind that is operating through the third eye, because with Osiris and Isis together, remember, she woke him up, she enchanted him, so they created Horus, who is the all-seeing eye, the eye of consciousness. So we drop the 3D, we work the 4D magic to beguile the mind into being born again. And now that that mind, that conscious mind is born again, it is operating at full potential. The third eye has been activated, Horus. So I mentioned what the god Osiris means. I mentioned what the goddess Isis means. Now, the interesting part, what does Horus mean? So we have the depiction of the third eye symbolism, and Horus symbolism.
I know you know that eye, that famous eye.
It's all over the place, but that is the eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, because now both principles of mind are working together magically, and one is able to see through their third eye. Horus is known as the god of wisdom, protection, spiritual vision, and the god of light. So the light, the ethereal light that is now shining through the utilization of the third eye, fine and dandy, we have all of that. But who is another famous name that is associated with light? Lucifer, the light bearer. So we just have to take a wonder as to what exactly was taken from ancient Egyptian theology and interpreted in different ways and then redistributed as other belief systems and other religions. Because we have the principle of the Trinity, we have the all-seeing eye, we have the rectification of the opposites, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, creating the ethereal gift of vision, bearing the light of the ethers, illuminating the way. But we also have Lucifer, who we know who that is, don't we? Known as the morning star or the light bearer. So Horus, interestingly enough, is also associated with the morning star, which is, if you want to look up the name meaning of Lucifer, it does say morning star. So we have to wonder how all of this ties in together and what type of theologies were taken from ancient Egyptian belief systems and then redistributed and broadcast into the mainstream that we know of predominantly today. Because Horus was known as having his right eye be the sun or the morning star, Lucifer, and his left eye was the moon or evening star. So again, we have the rectification of opposites, brother and sister, husband and wife, subconscious and conscious, feminine and masculine, to create the all-seeing eye of the ethers. And inside this eye, we also have more symbolism of rectification of the opposites. So how matter far down the rabbit hole you go, you are going to see similarities with a lot of different belief systems that stem back to ancient Egyptian or ancient Babylonian or ancient pagan traditions and things like that. So it's really very interesting that they all sort of have the same concept. This is just a little tidbit that I channeled in regards to the ancient Egyptian Holy Trinity of Osiris, Isis, and Horus. If I receive more information about anything else regarding this, I will be sure to make another video. I am Oculus, the alien next door. We will chit chat again soon.